Hello everyone, Rich here, back for another Minecraft ship preview video, and this is the RMS Oceanic from 1899. This is something that many people requested many times, and I've recently finished building this thing. I did do a preview image of this thing while it was in sort of progress, and now it's in its sort of finished state, but I don't know, it kind of looks a bit bare, if you sort of know what I mean. When I get a bit more into showing you over the top, it does look quite barren, but we'll have a look around the ship anyway. And the ship, of course, is upscaled from 1:1 scale. It is 70% bigger than its real counterpart, as with all my ships. So the ship length is 366 blocks long. The width is 35. The draft of the ship, the red, is 14 blocks, and the hull of the ship, the main hull, is 15 blocks. So it's a bit upscaled from its real counterpart. So have a quick look over the top of the ship. You can see some of the areas are a bit barren in terms of detailing. There's not a lot of images available of this ship. I've mainly just gone from models and things, but just sort of had to take things as they are. Some things I have sort of made up a little bit, but I can't help that. But yeah, we'll have a look around anyway, and we've got the two propellers down there. It's a two-propellered ship, docking bridge and things. Very similar in appearance, but sort of a scaled-down version of Titanic, if you like, except for the funnels, of course. And it's only a little tiddly ship as well. I mean, we've got the big ships over there. We've got the Queen Mary there, which is huge. Two Queen Marys, actually, which are pretty ginormous compared to this thing. So this is quite a modest build, and it's sort of it will be the first tutorial video of 2019. This is just a preview video. I will try and get the tutorial started, I think, second week of January. Not sure what the date exactly, but it'll be the second week of January anyway, if I can get things sorted. So that's that. We've got the two funnels there, very narrow, tall funnels. And they don't look too bad in my opinion. Like I say, there are areas which could do with improvement, and I'll probably end up stripping down the hull again and giving it a bit more of a refit. So we'll see anyway. They're not too bad in my opinion. Still got a sort of what's the word, sculpted hull, but not overly sculpted. If you can see what I mean, it's a bit more straighter than it could be. Depends which angle you look at it, really. I mean, there is sculpting to it, but it's not brilliant. So I may come back and redesign that. Yeah, overall, it's not too bad. It does sort of, I think the lacking in detail sort of is the rigging. I think the rigging, if it was on the ship, would probably make it look a bit more full. But, you know, I never do the rigging because it's just upsets people sometimes when you don't do things right. It does become a bit of a political broadcast, so I just leave out the rigging and let everyone else do what they want. So yeah, it's not too bad. But this will be the first, like I say, the first video of 2019 when we do the tutorial. After that will be hopefully the Campania or the Campania. I can't remember what it's called, but I have started the hull of that one. After that, I think we'll sort of move on to what people have requested, like the Donna Paz, the Atlantic, and other things like that. So a quick look over the top of the ship now. Go over the top, and we've got vents and things all added there. A few cowlings. Lifeboats, of course, skylights, all things all over the place, and they do look a bit weird with some of the detailing or lack of detailing in my area. We've got the little whatever the hell that thing is. I think it's a compass platform, but I sort of had to just make it up with sticks, well, not sticks, but fence posts and things. Kind of looks like an obscure sculpture, doesn't it? But never mind. But yeah, it's the detailing. The detailing I have done does look alright, but like I say, it does sort of lack something somewhere. So I'll probably, like I say, I'll just redesign the hull a bit more and probably fill out the rest of the ship a bit better. So very narrow, not a very narrow ship as well, but it's quite a small ship. But like I say, in comparison to Queen Mary, everything's small. And some of the areas I found an issue is these areas on the side here. You can see we've got iron bars. Not holding at the sides, but for pillars. And if you look at models and photographs of the ship, there's sort of basically just scaffolding poles holding this, not holding the ship up, but scaffolding poles sort of used as pillars. So I just sort of had to do the same thing, but I wanted to use proper blocks, but I couldn't, so I had to use these bars. If I wanted to use the proper block pillars, it just looked sort of out of place and blocky. Although the whole ship is made out of blocks, but it just looks sort of a weird pixelated mess. So I've gone with the bars. It looks a bit silly, but you know, leave it up to individuals to do their own thing. From the inside, I don't look too bad. So if you're walking along the promenade, I don't look too bad. But from the outside, the bars do look a bit weird. But that's not something I can really change. But yeah, it's not too bad otherwise. I keep saying that. So we've got the two funnels there, very narrow things as well. I did use deck plans to build this thing, but the deck plans are pretty vague, so apologies for that one. Yeah, not really much else I can say. I mean, it's not as good. It's not going to be a big preview video like the Titanic was last year. But yeah, bloody hell, it's been a year now since I did that video. I did the preview video of the new Titanic, and yeah, it's gone pretty quick. 2018 has, and that preview video was at the end of 2017, wasn't it? So that was sort of early December last year. Then I did the tutorial in January. So that'll be the same process for this one. So there we go. And probably be from the depths videos as well after that. I'm going to try and move into other things as well, because people keep saying Minecraft is on its way out. So I'm going to have to try and move on to other things, but we'll see. We'll see how things pick up. But hey, there we go. If you want more information on Oceanic, then of course you got the internet for that, of course. But the Oceanics launched in 1899, I think, and I think she ran aground and broke up in 1914, and was eventually salvaged in 1979. So she's not had a very long career. Spent most of her career as a wreck. But looking at certain angles, I don't think the hull looks too bad. I mean, from the front it looks a bit weird, but from certain angles the hull doesn't look too bad. I mean, look at it from this side, it looks alright. They don't look too bad. I'll probably still strip it down and readjust it, but like I say, I don't look too bad at the moment, so I'll probably do a bit of adjusting. This is just a sort of an early mock-up of the finished product. Like I say, I might just strip it down and have another go at it, but this is a preview of it anyway. But yeah, not too bad. So that is the RMS Oceanic. And a tutorial will begin January 2019, and hope for a better 2019 as well. 2018 started off alright, but I think the 5 weeks I had off due to family issues sort of dented the channel, so it's not really recovered since that. But hey ho, there we go. And we just have to soldier on, don't we? But these things happen. Anyway, that is the Oceanic, and it would be a shame if, it's a shame that the chunks are not loading, because it would be good to have all the ships sort of in one view, but sadly it's not going to happen. But look at the Queen Mary, the Aquitania there, and just a shame we can't put the ship sort of in perspective to those, but never mind. But yeah, that's it for me. So this is Rich signing off, logging off, disappearing. And this is the Oceanic, and we shall return with the tutorial for this in early 2019. So, bye for now.